Hello students, how are you? I wish you are fine and doing well. Let's try to learn something together, okay? Today we are going to talk about present perfect continuous versus present perfect simple. So we are trying to give some more details. Let's get started. Uses. So we use the present perfect continuous to refer to unspecified time between before now and now. The speaker is thinking about something that started but perhaps didn't finish in that period of time. He or she is interested in the process as well as the result, and the process may still be going on or may have just finished. Actions that started in the past and continue in the present. She has been waiting for you all day, and she's still waiting for you now. I've been working on this report since 8 o'clock this morning, and I still haven't finished it. They have been traveling since last October, and they are not home yet. Actions that have just finished, but we are interested in the results. She has been cooking since last night, and the food on the table looks delicious. It's been raining, and the streets are still wet. Someone's been eating my chips. Half of them have gone. Okay, so we are talking about the results. Now let's move to forming the present perfect continuous. The present perfect continuous is made of two elements. The present perfect of the verb to be, have, has, have or has, plus been, and the present participle of the main verb base ing. So subject plus has or have plus been plus the base form plus ing. She has been swimming. He has been swimming. I've been swimming. I have been swimming. Of course, we can use the present perfect continuous in affirmative, negative, interrogative, and interrogative negative. Let's try some examples. Affirmative. She has been or she's been running. So we use the full form she has been or the short form she's been. She's been running. Negative. She hasn't been running or she has not been running. But usually we say she hasn't been running. Interrogative. We just switch has to the beginning of the sentence. Has she been running? Interrogative. Negative. Hasn't she been running? Hasn't she been running? Now let's look at verb to live. Let's try to make the present perfect continuous of verb to live. Affirmative. I've been living. Negative. I haven't been living. Interrogative. Have I been living? Affirmative. You have been living. Negative, you haven't been living. Interrogative, have you been living? Affirmative, he, she, or it has been living. He hasn't been living. Has she or has he been living? Again, affirmative, we have been living. Negative, we haven't been living. Interrogative, have we been living? Affirmative, you have been living. Negative, you haven't been living. And interrogative, have you been living? The last one, they have been living. Affirmative. Negative, they haven't been living. And interrogative, have they been living? Have they been living? Now, present perfect continuous and present perfect simple. The board rule is that although both tenses related to the fact that something is being referred to in the past, the present perfect simple refers to something that has finished, while the present perfect continuous refers to something that is continuing in the present. Present perfect simple or present perfect continuous. It means completed or continuing events. Completed means the present. When we say completed action or event, we use the present perfect simple. When we talk about continuing events, then we use the present perfect continuous. In other words, we use the present perfect simple with action verbs to emphasize the completion of an event in the recent past, while we use the present perfect continuous to talk about ongoing events or activities which started at a time in the past and are still continuing up till now. Okay, let's compare. I've written the politics essay. It's completed. Completed event, so that's why we use the present perfect simple. I've been writing the politics essay. It's an ongoing activity. I'm still writing it. Another example. I've thought about buying a laptop. Suggest that I'm not thinking about it anymore. It's in the past, so maybe now, due to COVID-19, I have no money and I've changed my mind. Okay, so I don't want to buy now anymore. I've been thinking about buying a new laptop for a while, but I haven't decided with which one to get. So focus on the action of thinking over a period of time up to now. Sometimes both are correct, whether you use the present perfect simple or the present perfect continuous. They are okay. They are both correct, with a slight difference in the meaning. So the meaning is a little bit different. Let's look at this example. I've lived here for 20 years. So here the action is completed. I lived here for 20 years, but now I want to change. I want to move into another country. While in the second example, I've been living here for 20 years and I want to continue living here. I don't want to change anything. So the action is still going on. Both are correct with this little bit difference in the meaning between them. The present perfect continuous form is not normally used with verbs that refer to actions that are completed at a single point in time, such as start, stop, and finish. Let's look at this example. Has the contract started already? It's correct. But of course we can say, has the contract been starting yet? Or has the contract been started already? It's not correct. Some verbs are not used very often in the continuous form. So we don't use the continuous form with verbs of a mental process. These verbs like know, like, understand, and believe. For example, they haven't known each other for very long. Of course, we can't say they haven't been knowing each other for very long. It's not correct. We also don't use the continuous form with verbs of the senses. These verbs like hear, smell, and taste. For example, have you heard the news? And again, of course, we can't say, have you been hearing the news? It's not correct. So that's for today. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.